So I don't know if you can hear me, but we are on the second stage of our little project here, where we were planning to go through and level out that back field in preparation for gardening, chickens, the whole 9 yards. I got my buddy Will with me again. He's super helpful, and I really appreciate everything that he does. I'm gonna get my arm out of the way so you can see him working that. And yeah, I'm kind of excited. What's weird is that the place I rented from, with Cinco de Mayo coming up, either they're completely stoked and completely filled up on contracts, or they just want the day off, because I couldn't get this for Monday. I could only get it for tonight into tomorrow morning. So that is what we are kind of dealing with right now. He and I are planning to work through the night, and I'm gonna bring you guys along with. I think you guys will have a lot of fun hanging out with us and enjoying the show. So right now, Will's already going ham with the excavator. We've got 8 working hours to get through this project over here, and then we gotta have this stuff back in the morning. So it's kind of a literal race against the clock, and we still have one more tree to fall. So this is gonna be the challenge, is basically learning as I go and fighting Mother Nature herself. So we got a quick hot swap going, and I'm running the excavator now, he's running the skid steer, and he's gonna be moving the logs here real quick. What's up, buddy?
Hey. I need the key.
Oh yeah, that would help. Alright, well, you can see my house under desperately needed repairs in the background, but we've got a pretty good pile going. We'll get my seatbelt on, because safety first, kiddos, and then I will back up so you guys can kind of see where we're at. But we've made some pretty good progress. So we are looking at a pile like that, plus 2 cut up trees. Will's taking over on the Bobcat, so you can so you can get some of those trees out. You can kind of see it. Whoop, those are my fingers. Sorry. You can kind of see him going ham at it right now. But yeah, I'm excited so far. We're about an hour in, and I'm happy with what we're doing. But I'm gonna get back to it now. So that bitter root, that's what we're dealing with. That's how bad it is. Or bittersweet, excuse me. Freaking everywhere, man. And I'm just gonna be the first to admit, Will is significantly better at this than I am. I might ask him to switch again here soon once he gets those trees down, because I feel like all I'm doing is picking up dirt. Alright, so we're slowly figuring it out. I I've stopped grabbing so much dirt, and I've gotten more of the bittersweet, and that is definitely a win. In some cases, there is no winning. I have to either get the bittersweet or I don't get anything. So, I mean, it is what it is. I'll take it. But the more of that crap I can get out of here, the better. This is so much fun. I'm not even gonna lie. I've had some instruction on what to do, but I've never like done this for an extended period of time. So I'm really enjoying myself. I've never knew this would be this much fun. I am a boy at heart. So if it's not a shit show, it ain't my show. We had to take a quick break because we had a hydraulic coupling crack straight down the side. Picture should be up on screen any second now. So what that meant for us is we had to basically switch buckets and completely bite the bullet. We did take a look to see if there was another part that we could grab, but by contract, we're not allowed to make any repair whatsoever. And because it's an overnight op, I don't have any ability to get a hold of somebody at their rental place to give me, a second bucket. So we're on our way back now. We're gonna have to make do with what we got. See if we can figure something out and go from there. But yeah, that's the update, and we're off to a great start. So we are coming up onto nighttime. We're back home. We're getting up and running again, and yeah, it's been the bucket loader was disappointing because I was really hopeful that we were able to like sift out the dirt and get going with it again. I'm just really hopeful that we were able to reclaim some of that in order to flatten this out. But we'll see. Night's still young and we're not dead yet, so we're gonna have to keep going, and hopefully we'll be able to accomplish the mission.
It's just a shitty thing when a piece of equipment goes down on you, and there's nothing you can do about it, especially when it's such an easy fix. You know, it's just it sucks. There's really no other way I can put it, and it's just, you know, one more thing. Like I said, if it's not a shit show, it's not my show. So, welcome to the shit show.
Sitting about 9:15, we're still going strong. Started to kind of rain on us a little bit, but so far it's holding off. We also saw lightning, so as long as that holds off, we'll be all right. But if it starts to get directly overhead, we're gonna call it for a little bit. But yeah, got the log pile completely moved, minus this one, because this baby is twice the size of any of them, and about twice the size of my sawmill. But I'll get a better angle so you guys can all actually see it. We got the log mill, or logs, lined up at the mill now, so that'll be good to get us cleared. I'm gonna try and condense our pile a little bit more and get all of this moved over. But we're roughly about halfway through our time, so I gotta talk to Will and get some strategy going here too. It don't work! So we're coming up onto the end of our night here. I'm just gonna do a quick walk around while he's doing that. But we've got to call it here because of noise ordinance, so we're gonna pick it up again at 5 a.m. I've got the firewood pile, the trash pile. There's so much in there that I've no clue what I'm gonna do with. We pulled out so much out of this ground, it wasn't even funny. This is all gonna get turned into firewood or cut in half and moved into log. And then it's gonna be hard to see, but this whole area back here is going to be chicken pen and the actual chicken building as well. So, fun times. We needed to call it for a night. It got to the point where it was just too unsafe. We also had the sound ordinance that I personally forgot about. So, that's 100% on me. But, beyond that, we're gonna kick it off about 5 a.m. if we can. And, at that point, we're really racing the clock because we cut our time literally in half. So, we're in a good spot. We just need to flatten out the backside and take stock of what we've done. I showed you guys the piles. Yeah, it's just now being able to actually see the dirt and see what it actually looks like, how big of holes some of those stumps created, how much land the bittersweet opened up, and whether or not that pile grew too big for me to build the chicken coop with. So, all will be revealed with the morning sun. So we started at 5. We had some technical difficulties with a rock and a couple of stumps that were on the side of the hill that we didn't know about. So we had to fix that precariously. And now we're trying to wrap up as quick as we can and get stuff cleaned up as quick as we can, flattened out as quick as we can, because we're running up on that 8 o'clock mark, and we still need time to refuel these, get them stacked up, and get them back on the trailer. So we ran into a lot of snags, as you guys all saw, and we're cleaning up now, getting everything ready to return back to the rental. I'm happy with what we got done. I'm not impressed with the grapple bucket going down in the first 30 minutes of work. So that and the noise ordinance, it really set us back. So I'm gonna have to spend a lot of time on my own hand clearing what's left, and then leveling things out that way. I may rent a machine in the future, but I don't think I'll be doing it from the place that I got it from. But other than that, yeah, it's been a really long night, and I think I'm just kind of glad to be done with the project right now. Well, as done as it is. So the rain started coming in that we were hoping to avoid last night, and I thought we were going to get peppered with. And in the AM, you know, we pulled out a lot of trash from that area. Not these buckets. These are my potato buckets that I'm going to plant. These guys are my potato buckets. Everything over here is trash. I need to go grab that tire piece from wherever the hell that came from. And that tire swing buried right next to it. But, you know, I wanted to end on a bit of a more positive note, considering we just got back from dropping everything off at the rental place, and you know, to their credit, they comped me the bucket that we just never used, and they gave me a 10% off of our skid steer as well. So I'm feeling a little bit better about that. I still don't know if there's going to be a next time if I need heavy machinery, but on the other end of that, I'm also feeling pretty hot and heavy about getting my own gear, and so that'll be interesting to try and finance, because I was just a cursory glance at a few tractors, and I'm looking at anywhere close to 13 grand just for a small boy, not even close to the machinery we were working with last night. The only good thing is I probably won't need machinery like that again for a long time. Not unless I expand way quicker than I thought I would. The other thing too is that pile. I can't burn it. I could trash it, but now I'm looking at hundreds of dollars in fees at the dump. I could do small campfires based on the way my state's laws work, but when I suggested that as an alternative, I was told that, you know, I'll probably be sitting here till next Christmas burning that. And I gotta get that chicken coop built. That is my first and foremost priority, is getting these guys that field to run in. But you know, I wanted to end on a more positive note, and I think the positive note is that I still see the vision. I still see the chicken coop. I still see the big yard for them to run around in. You know, somewhere I can store 40 to 50 birds, no problem. You know, do meat birds on top of the eggs, and you know, store more than just 2 apiaries safely in an electric fence that I'm not sitting here worried if it's working or not. You know, I still see the greenhouse with the raised beds, and you know, I just need to do some research, and I need to do some planning. I need to figure out what the hell I can do with that pile. So I've got some reading to do. got tapped, but I'm not down and I'm sure as hell not out. I'm just tired after a long night of work. So I'm gonna call it here, and I will see you guys next time.